All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash, Rakathum. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a salute and a shalom to all the Akim that are out there labor pushing this truth in all sincerity and in truth. Last night, for some reason, I couldn't sleep. So I get on TikTok. I type in the search bar on TikTok. I typed in ancient customs or arranged marriages or something like that. I believe it was TikTok, but so it's this in the video, this Elamite family. The father and the mother wanted their daughter to marry another Elamite man, right? Because the man came from a wealthy family, right? He had a good upbringing, right? He had a good head on his shoulders, right? But the daughter, well, I'll say this: the mother of the mother, she went behind her husband's back, right, and told her daughter to go and marry the man she wants to marry. Basically, the mother basically said, hey, I know what your father said, but damn that. Do what you want. Right? So she didn't do what her father wanted her to do. No, not wanted, what her father commanded her to do. Right? And in the comment section, everyone was like, they are happy that the mother went behind the husband's back and all that and all this, and how they are glad that in America they are able to do whatever they want. See? But when people are able to do whatever they want, which there's no free will, no way. There's no free will. But these people don't know that Yahweh Shemal Shah puts the spirit on them to do what they do. See, so people have a problem with the ways of the East. They have a problem with the customs of the East because it makes them uncomfortable, right? Because the child is not able to do whatever they want. Well, in America, these people have destroyed themselves. They have destroyed themselves, and they continue to destroy themselves by being what? Alcoholics and all that. All right, man. So basically, people, so basically people have a problem with authority. Bottom line. They have a problem with authority, and they don't see the bigger picture of the meaning of being a parent. So I typed in on Google the benefits of the ancient customs of the Bible, right? It says understanding ancient biblical customs provides a deeper grasp of Scripture, illuminates the lives of its characters, and reveal the cultural context in which the Bible, was written. This knowledge can clarify the meaning of passages, provide lessons for modern life, and make the biblical narrative more vivid. What does vivid mean? All right, man, because you have a lot of Israelites that have a problem with the ancient customs as well. Vivid. Vivid definition. Vivid means this: producing powerful feelings or strong, clear images in the mind, right? Graphic, realistic, lifelike, what? Faithful, wow. Authentic, clear, crystal clear. Detailed, lucid. Striking, impressive. Picturesque, lively, rich, stimulating, fascinating, affecting, stirring. Let's get this. Deeper scriptural understanding provides context for meaning. Studying ancient customs helps clarify how the text communicates by revealing the original context and scriptural and cultural references for both the writers and their first century audience. It says, explains rituals. It clarifies the background of rituals like ceremonial hand washing, which provides context for New Testament stories and shows how they relate to existing practices. Right? Another one, unlocks deeper meaning. Understanding the Israelite customs practiced by Yahushua can unlock the deeper meaning of many passages in the New Testament according to the Olive Tree Bible. See? It says lessons for modern life. Offers moral and ethical insights examining ancient practices like the sacred duty of hospitality can provide inspiration and lessons for modern life. Blah, blah, blah. Now, let's get Jeremiah 6:16. It says, thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, stand ye in the ways, and see and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way? and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein, right? In the NLT. This is what Yahweh Bashem Al Shah says. Stand at the crossroads and look around. Ask for the old godly way and walk in it. There it says, travel its path and you will find rest for your souls. But you reply, that's not the road we want. So Jake refuses to go into ancient customs, refuses to study ancient customs, because they don't want to be looked at a certain way. See, because they care about what other people thinks about it. Let's get this. All right. Jeremiah 18 and 15. Because my people hath forgotten me, they have burned incense to vanity, and they have caused them to stumble in their, it says, in their ways from the ancient paths. To walk in paths in a way not cast up, right? Hold on. Let me get that in NLT on my phone real quick. 18 and 15. All right, it says, but my people are not so reliable. They have deserted me. They have, says they burn incense to worthless idols. They have stumbled off the ancient highways and walk in muddy paths. See? Let's see. This is Jeremiah 2 and 13. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water. A lot of you Israelites need to grow up, man. You all need to grow up. Whether you like it or not, the ancient way is coming back. Right? Whether you like it or not, the ancient way will be established on the planet Earth for all eternity. And in the kingdom, you ain't going to have a problem with it. Deuteronomy 32 and 7. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will shew thee, thy elders, and they will tell thee. It says to remember the days of old. Basically, remember the ancient paths. Remember the old godly way. Because the old godly way leads to what? It leads to order. See? When it leads to order, that means what? The man is in order, the woman is in order, the children are in order. Right? And the a society, it functions and it flourishes at a very high level. Let's get hold on. Let's get this. Let's get this. Number 9, bowing hospitality. Genesis 8 and it's like Genesis 18 and 2-3. And when he saw them, he ran to meet them from the tent door toward the ground. It's like it, and bowed himself toward the ground and said, My Lord, if now I have found favor in thy sight, pass not away, I pray thee, from thy servant. Let's get Genesis 18, verses 2 and 3. Let's start at 1. And Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua appeared unto him in the plains of Mamre, and he sat in the tent door in the heat of the day. And he lifted up, it says, and he lifted up his eyes and looked, and lo, 3 men stood by him. And when he saw them, he ran to meet them from the tent door and bowed himself toward the ground. Right? And he said, My Lord, if now I have found favor in thy sight, pass not away, I pray thee, from thy servant. It says, My Lord, he said, if it pleases you, stop here for a while. Rest in the shade of this tree while water is brought to wash your feet. Right? Now, let's get, okay, yeah, say, there are different modes of bowing in the East. In this case, the word used shakah, right, for bowing, right? Let me see if that's the right word. Yep, shakha. Now, it says, shakha denotes complete prostration of the body. In this, the person falls upon the knees and then gradually inclines the body until the head touches the ground. See also Genesis 23 and 7-12, Genesis 42 and 6, and Genesis 43 and 26. There is in this text a beautiful illustration of Oriental hospitality. The company of the travelers is solicited as a person, as a personal favor to the host, and all the resources of the establishment are used for their entertainment. Right? So, in the East, right, when you have guests, right, you will pull out all stops, right, to make sure your guests are entertained, right, so they can feel like they're at home, so they can feel at home, so they can feel comfortable. Right? Like you pull out your good china, right? Your good bowls, your good plates, your good forks, your good spoons. It says, see Genesis 19 and 2-3. See? It says, and there came two angels. This is Genesis 19 and 1-3. You say, and there came two angels at Sodom and even, come to Sodom and even, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom, and Lot, seeing them, arose to meet them, and bowed himself with his face toward the ground. Right? And he said, behold, now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet. Ye shall rise early and go on your ways. And they said, nay, but we will abide in the street all night. It says, he pressed upon them greatly. They turned in unto him, and entered into his house. And he made them a feast, and did bake unleavened bread. They did eat. Right? Now, when you have, in the East, when you have guests, you're supposed to protect your guests. You're supposed to put your life on the line for your guests, because they are in your home. They are under your roof. So you can't let anything happen to your guests. See? Which is why when the men of Sodom surrounded Lot's abode, when they surrounded Lot's bayath, right? He told them, say, hey, this ain't gonna happen, man. Now, I have 2 daughters. I would give my 2 daughters to you. But to these men, you ain't doing that to them. No, no, no. They are under my roof. See? Let's get another one. Genesis 18 and 4. A little while says, let a little water, I pray you, be fetched, and wash your feet and rest yourselves under the tree. It says, where the soil is dry and dusty, and the feet shod with sandals. Frequent washing becomes not only a luxury, but a necessity for comfort and health. See? Feet washing is very important, man. It's for comfortability and for health. It says it is as much a part of hospitality under these circumstances for a host to see that his guests' feet are washed, as it is to provide them with food or to furnish them a place for repose, right? Like if you have a guest room in your home, right? You would give them what? Your guest room. Right? You say what? You say, hey, I don't have much. I have a little food and all that. I have a guest room. You can take that if you like. Right? I'll make sure you have everything you need. See? See, Genesis 24 and 32. The steward of Joseph gave to Joseph's brethren water for their feet. See? Genesis 43 and 24. Among the ancient Egyptians, the basins kept in the houses of the rich for this purpose were sometimes of gold. Right? So the ancient Egyptians, they kept a basin of water. See? In their homes, just in case a guest came by. Right? And needed a place to stay for a few hours. See? Hold on. Let's get this. Gates. Genesis 19 and 1. And Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. I read that. The gateways of walled cities, as well as the open spaces near them, were popular places of resort, being vaulted and cool and convenient for the meeting of friends or for a view of strangers. Right? Like you're having what? A private conversation that you don't want anyone else to know about. Right? Or you are what? Conducting business. Say, since all who went in or out must pass that way, they often resembled large stone halls and had sufficient area to accommodate large assemblages. There the people assembled at the close of the day to tell the news and to discuss various topics of interest. Thus it was that Lot and even happened to be in the city gate when the strangers came by. In this position, he readily saw them as they entered. Allusion to this use of the gate may be found in numerous other passages. See Genesis 23 and 10, Genesis 34 and 20, 1 Samuel 4 and 13 to 18, Job 27, so like Job 29 and 20, so like Job 29 and 7, Psalm 69 and 12, Psalm 127 and 5, and Proverbs 1 and 21. It say what? Man, it escaped me that quick. Let's get Proverbs 21. It's like Proverbs 1 and 21. It say this. She cried at the chief place of concourse in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words. See? The gates are the entrance of the city in the east. Right? Just like in certain cities, homes have, in larger cities, some of the homes have gates. Will have, I would say, fences outside of the home, surrounding the home. So you have to pass. So you have to open the gate, aka fence, to walk onto the property, right? Now, let's get 1 Samuel 4. And 13. It says, and when he came, lo, Eli sat upon a seat by the wayside watching, for his heart trembled for the ark of Yahweh Shemel Shah. And when the man came into the city and told it, all the city cried out. Is that it? Hold on. 1 Samuel 4, 13. Okay. Say, and when Eli heard the noise of the crying, he said, what meaneth the noise of this tumult? And the man came hastily and told Eli. Now, Eli was 98 years old. He was 98 years old. And his eyes were dim. He could not see. And the man said unto Eli, I am he that came out of the army, and I fled today out of the army. And he said, what is there done, my son? And the messenger answered and said, Israel is fled before the Philistines, and there had been also a great slaughter among the people. And thy two sons also, Hophni and Phinehas, are dead, and the ark of Yahweh Shemel Shah is taken. And it came to pass, when he made mention of the ark of Yahweh Shemel Shah, that he fell from off the seat by the side of the gate, and brake his neck and died, for he was an old man and heavy. So Eli was overweight too. Damn. And he judged Israel 40 years. Right? Now you see that when the messenger made mention of Eli's two sons, Hophni and Phinehas, being slaughtered, that didn't bother him. But the ark, when the messenger mentioned the ark, he was like, oh no. Let's get another one before I take a nap before work. All right. Psalm 69 and 12. It says, they sit in the, it says they sit, it said they that sit in the seat, it's like it says, they that sit in the gate speak against me. And I was the song of the drunkards. It says, I am the favorite topic of the town gossip, and all the drunks sing about me. But as for me, my prayer is unto thee, O Yahweh Shemel Shah, in an acceptable time. O Yahweh Shemel Shah, in the multitude of thy mercy, hear me, in the truth of thy salvation. Job 29 and 7. It says, when I went out to the gate through the city, when I prepared my seat in the street. It says, those that were, it says, those were the days when I went to the city gate and took my place among the honored leaders. See, because the gate is also where business was conducted, right? And also where the judgment went out. All right? Just like when a father and mother had a disrespectful son, right? A son that wouldn't honor his parents, that wouldn't honor his father and mother, right? They rebuked him, they corrected him, right? He still wouldn't listen. They would, right? The parents would basically snatch his ass up and take him out to the gate, to the elders of the city, and say, "Hey, this our son. He did this. He did that. He ain't listening to us. We've rebuked him and all that. He ain't listening." See. Then the elders would get on him. He still wouldn't listen. They say, "All right." So everyone would pick up stones and would stone that little nigga for not honoring his parents, for not listening, and for not doing what they told him to do. See? All right. So, with that, I say Shalom, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rekakwadash, Brakathum, Shalom.